Okay, now I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the training discussions and the discussion space. Okay, so as you can see here, these two sections are defined by date, so they can only really be used during this time. And you can see that the first one is titled Facilitator Training Discussions, and this is a formal discussion space to be used during this week, 18 to 22nd of July, which is the week in which we will be engaging in this course. Now, if we click on it now, we'll see that there isn't any information in here. However, you will be able to access the information once it's uploaded. This will look identical to the reminders and updates section, or the news and updates section, which is like this. So it's a forum. So you'll have a discussion, you'll still have the started by, replies, last post, and you simply click on the title of the discussion you wish to enter in. So I won't go over this again because replying, starting a new topic, editing it, posting a response, everything is the same as I ran through before, so there's no need to go over it again. What I will say though is that let's not confuse these two. Obviously this is the news and updates, reminders and updates is very different to these. So the functionality is exactly the same. You can still add a discussion, respond to a discussion, and so forth. However, the content will be different. So this will be for the facilitator training discussions between the 18th and the 22nd, while the general facilitator discussion space obviously between these dates. So functionality is the same as this, however content will be different. Okay, so the general facilitator discussion space is basically it's a space to post topics or requests for help or support from the OIYP staffs or other facilitators. For example, you might want to get a second opinion on some feedback on a task, or you may wish to share some resources, some information you've come across, get some help, suggestions, so on and so forth. So it's pretty straightforward, and like I said, you can see they've both got an icon of the forum, which is two people talking, and again functionality is the same as here. So if you want to review how to use a forum function, simply rewind the video to when we went through the news and updates. Like I said, functionality is the same, but the content will be different, so just remember. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through the final part of the video. Now, as facilitators, you will be giving feedback to action partners' assignments and tasks. Obviously, that's one of your important roles, so I'm just going to show you how to do that. Now, action partners will be able to submit all of their assignments using this website. So all the information will be stored on here, which means you will be able to access it, provide feedback, review it, and then send it back to the student, all using this website. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so to access the facilitator screen to see what students have submitted assignments and grade them, review them, and provide feedback, you once again need to use the navigation panel here on the left hand side. Click My Courses if it's not already open, select the course that you wish, then scroll down here to the General tab. Click the arrow to open it. Now you will see all the information here. Now what we're looking for is assignments and tasks. So we can see that there's a facilitator assignment and task here. Obviously in the project management and organising campaigns, the tasks will be assigned to different modules. So for this demonstration we're just going to use the facilitator test assignment. So click the title of the test that you wish to review. Now you'll see the questions, you'll see the due date, available date. Now you won't be able to submit an assignment as a facilitator. You can only review and provide feedback. So obviously the tests are only for the action partners. We've put a demonstration question up here simply for testing purposes. Okay, so as a facilitator you will be able to view the submitted assignments. So there's 3. So to click it up in the top right hand corner will show you the students, and their submissions. So we can see here we have some facilitators in the facilitator training course, and you can see that some of these are blank because they have not done the test assignment. You can see that some have done a test one, and then we can have a look here. So let's go to one that I submitted earlier just as a test, and I can show you how to review it. Okay, so here is my test. I've got my test document here, and you can see that there's a grade and so on. Now, it's pretty much the same in terms of grade and update. The only difference is if it says grade, it means no facilitator has graded anything yet. So if there's an assignment in this box and it says grade, it means it needs to be done. If it says update, it means feedback and grading has already been provided. More or less, it will look exactly the same. So just for the demonstration, we're going to click update, but let's just assume it says grade. Okay. At the top, you will see the original submission. Obviously, because this is a demonstration, I've only put one word. Let's just imagine there's maybe 100 to 200, 500 words, and so forth. Now you can see below, I have in the feedback column, we've got the original student work, and I have put some feedback in here. So for example, let's just start from scratch. This is how it would look if this is the first time you're viewing it. You would see the submission just as it is. So to type feedback, simply just type some text here. So obviously you can see the student's remarks and your remarks. Now to differentiate them, it's a good idea to highlight them or change the color. So to do that, simply highlight the text, go up to the highlight function, select a color, and now you will see that our text has highlighted in yellow. So that way the student, when they review their feedback, can tell what they've written and what you, the facilitator, has written. So obviously we've only got one word here, so you've got to imagine there's maybe 25, 30 other lines, and you might wish to review something and give them some feedback. You could also simply have the text at the top and then write your comments at the bottom in the highlighted font. So it's up to you. Once again, have a look at the feedback guides that are on in the course, and that way you can sort of get an idea of how to work it. The grading system will basically put in a default. Normally it will start at no grade. What we've decided to do is basically grade everyone 100 out of 100, because we're not really giving grades, but this website has a default grading system which we can't remove. So unfortunately we have to give a grade and feedback for this process to go through. So as a default, we're just giving everyone 100 out of 100 because they've submitted the assessment. The real feedback is obviously here. Don't give anything other than 100 of 100 or no grade, because we're not really doing 90 out of 100 or 84. It's just 100 out of 100, because all we need to do is acknowledge that the assessment has been received, and that's all that we need to do here. So don't worry about the mark other than that. And then obviously we've got our feedback. Now what we can do is inform the student that we've provided feedback for them. What we can do is click this box here, send notification emails, and what we can do is then that feedback will then be sent to the student. So they'll be able to log in, review your feedback, and so on and so forth. So it's a good idea to click that box so that way the student knows that they've got feedback that they need to view. Simply click Save Changes, and that feedback will now be submitted, and the student will receive their feedback. So that's the basics. Once again, for the demonstration, we've hit update instead of grade, but in normal circumstances, if it hasn't been graded before, it will simply say grade. So that's the basics on how to provide feedback to a student. Once again, review the guides, the workbooks, and so on and so forth to ensure some consistency and some detail. But otherwise, that's the basic way to provide feedback to students. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's answered your questions. And once again, if you do have any further questions, do not hesitate to contact us. And we look forward to speaking with you next time.